Yeah. Gecko, the old school gamer, presenting One and Done, a nightmare on Elm Street. Now, this game, boy, does it get a lot of bad rap. You know what? I've played this game back in the day. I liked it. I'm a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Do I like every Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Fuck no. Who does? Nobody. Uh, it, yeah. there's there's this. I'd say maybe half of them, but even if you liked, you know, two or three out of the 10 that they have, I don't know how many they have. It's quite a bit. But even if you like the two or three, those two or three are very powerful movies. Um, but you know, I mean, come on. LJN produced this game, uh, so somebody else made the game. You know, they created the game, made it, but LJN produced it and put their name on it. Now, LJN, uh, if you've heard the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he was the first person to really rip into LJN publicly on the internet, you know, through his show, and of course, many copycat people came after that, ripping all the games a new asshole. Um, and LJ James Wolf, Angry Video Game Nerd, did it very funnily. Like he was very funny doing it. Uh, the gripes in those games are accurate. How angry he was about those games, uh, not so accurate, and heightened for a comedic effect. But the problems with the game being, you know, cheap and all that, when he would do a critique like that, it would be pretty accurate. Um, are the enemies generic in this game? Yes. You know, sheets, ghosts that look like sheets. Um, you know, but it's a cool game. I like it. I enjoy this game. Like I said, it gets a bad rap, but it's pretty dope. Check out this screen. Ah, I love it. Okay, so you've got a four-player satellite going. Bam, four players could be on the screen at the same time, kicking ass, and you can bitch slap snakes. The first three houses, like this is the first house, then the second house, and third house. You're walking up and down Elm Street all night. The first three houses are random. Now, I explained this on my playthrough before. The first three houses are random. The the first three houses are random. You have to push up. Sounds like I'm about to go to sleep already. So you got to be pixel perfect. The first three houses are random, and you have to push up on them. I know I said that about 3 times, but oh, that's horseshit. There we go, pixel perfect. So when I'm talking, the first three houses are random. Okay, obviously the second house is the first house I could go into. If I started this game up again and rebooted it, it could be the third house or the first house in the order of the street that I would be able to enter first. Now, it doesn't matter which of the three houses I enter first, whatever it is, it's random. This layout is always going to be the same. So this house looks like uh, this house always looks the same inside, no matter if it's the first, second, or third house. Then whatever second house you can enter, which is random, the second house will always have the same layout. It's confusing, but it's how it is. You'd always think you would think that the first house has a specific layout, the second house has a specific layout, and the third house has a specific layout. But when you enter, let's say, the third house, you get the third layout. That would make sense because it's the third house. But no, if you enter the first house, or no, let's say you enter the second house, you get the first layout. If you enter the first house on the second round, you get the second layout. So just remember, the first three houses are random. And then you have to go to the junkyard. And then I really haven't made it past the junkyard. I always have trouble there. And then I think it's the graveyard. And then you have the school. And you have Freddy's house. So those are the levels that you can get into. But But, we're awake right now, and you have to collect these bones. These are Freddy's bones. And I missed the jump. Fuck. So, Freddy's bones, they do look like dog bones. Oh, seriously? And I fall through platforms sometimes. If you look at that, the jump is very flighty. Okay. The jump is flighty, and you got to get used to it. It's real loose. So what I just got was a dream power-up. Now you're going to see that one a lot because the game does not compensate for the fact that there's only one player. It always thinks there's going to be 4 players playing, so they make sure they have enough power-ups for all the players. So they don't scale back just because there's only one player. So you're going to see a lot of power-ups, but you have to be awake to see those power-ups. You can't be asleep. Okay, so I just got hit, and I fell asleep because I got hit. And so now I just turned into my special power-up that I just got. I could jump better in my dream. There are those ghosts I was talking about. A bunch of generic enemies. The bone count up here, you have to collect all the... Fuck! You have to collect all the bones in an area before you can move on. Yeah, I want to continue. I'm not done explaining this shit. So you can't kill the red enemies. You can only stun lock them. Get up there. What the fuck? So I need 6 more bones. There's one. Ghost with sheets. Okay, so obviously the big arrow is where I need to go. I've got 1 more bone to collect. So if you miss any bones, you can't go down here. But we can see where that bone is. So this is... Sometimes, if if you miss a bone at the beginning of the level, you got to backtrack all the way and re-kill all these enemies and all that shit. So that does suck. So get the bones as soon as you can. Okay. So now, so I got down to 0 bones. Now I got to get 10 more to move on to the next area. And the bones here are really hard to see. Oh shit. You get to see Freddy Krueger. Alright. See, okay, so I was asleep for too long. And now I just have to deal with him, even though I'm not going to be able to beat him. He just kind of runs off after a little bit. That's the other thing about the LJN games. Friday the 13th and Jaws. You can run into the bosses minutes after you start the game. Which is really cool because if you look at like Blast or Master, for example, the only way you ever see the boss is if you're looking at the cover of the game or the cart. And here with LJN games, they give you the bosses right away. Look! I wanted to wake up because I want to try and get extra power up. I already have that one. You really want the ninja. The ninja's an awesome power up. Okay, so I automatically went to sleep. You have to be asleep for the boss fights. And this is the end of the house. House number 1, but it's really number 2. There we go. Now this is the key for the next house. Now it could either be the 3rd house or the 1st house. Now I don't know why we're fighting a Frankenstein zombie guy. Okay, good. So now, the next house I go to is going to be the 1st house on the street. And this second layout is going to be the same no matter which second house I go into. So, I need 13 bones. I need bats. Fuck. I was trying to jump off the thing. Now, I don't need that power-up because I've already have it. You could die and continue, but you won't lose your power-up. Motherfucker. Trying to avoid them. They're all, see what I mean? They're all over the fucking place. The power-ups. I thought I saw a bone over here. Yep. Okay, that line means I can't go any farther until I get the bone. Until I get all the bones. I only have 3 more to get. It's almost better to be asleep. Only after you get all your power-ups. Fuck. Okay, good. Boom. Now that's disappeared. Okay, good. I think the power-up I want is usually in the house number 3. Okay, I can make this jump because he's an acrobat. Now this is kind of fucked up because you can't make the jump even though you're an acrobat because that's right in the cobwebs. When you're normal like this, you can make the jump. Your hitbox shrink. Well, when you're jumping, you're spinning, but your hitbox don't shrink. So I don't know. It's fucked up. All right, so those two bones I need. Damn it! The jump is kind of finicky. Yeah, I want to be awake. Fuck it. Just in case I get a power up. Fuck. You're real floaty. You're almost like on ice. Trying to get to that edge of that to make that jump. Okay, good. Here we go. Boom. Second boss. Oh, this is the one where he spits his tongues out at you. You definitely don't want the tongues. You don't want you don't want 5 or 6 tongues flying around when you fight this guy. But that's Nightmare on Elm Street. It is cool. I like it. You know, I try to play this every Halloween the last couple years since I've had it. But is dope. It's definitely an A in my book. Not quite an S, but it's fun. I play this a bit. You get a lot of continues. Um, your hell. You saw me just plowing through stuff and taking all kinds of hits. Normally I'm a little more careful when I play it, but I was just doing okay. Good. Just checking my time. Just doing a quick, one and done type deal. Uh, it's cool, man. I would pick it up. Uh, that's the other thing, by the way. It's not a cheap pickup. I mean, what do you consider cheap, right? What do you consider expensive? Uh, it is. It could be $80 or 100. It just depends on where you go. It could be 60, but it's one of those ones that really is all over the map. So I won't tell you what I paid for it, but it's like middle of the road. Well, I paid like 80 for it, but yeah, it's good. It's an A.